Hello and welcome to this session by SIFL Institute. In today's module, we'll be exploring the foreign exchange and exchange rate mechanism, a fascinating and dynamic space where currencies are bought and sold across the globe. Foreign exchange and exchange rate mechanism, understanding concepts of Forex and Forex quotes. Whether you are a student of international finance, a banking professional, or preparing for certifications like the ACI Dealing Certificate, this session will provide a strong foundation in how global currency markets function. We'll look at how foreign exchange evolved, who participates in it, how exchange rates are determined, and the systems that power this global marketplace. Let's begin our journey into the world's largest financial market, the foreign exchange market. In the next slide, we'll start with a simple but powerful question. Why does foreign exchange even exist? Let's begin with the fundamental question. Why does foreign exchange even exist? To answer this, we need to understand the relationship between national currencies and international trade. Currencies are national. Trade is international. Each country has its own currency, like the Indian rupee, US dollar, euro, or Japanese yen. Let's talk about ISO codes. ISO, or the International Organization for Standardization, provides three-letter standardized codes for the representation of currencies, which are essential for global trade and financial transactions. In any ISO code, the first two alphabets represent the country and the last one represent the currency. Just to understand, USD represent US per United States and D for dollar. These are few exceptions. Also take CHF for Swiss francs, as CH represent Confederation Helvetica and F for France. The ISO codes for the G20 currencies. USD for US dollar. EUR for Euro, for European Union. GBP for Great Britain pounds. JPY for Japanese yen. CAD for Canadian dollar. AUD for Australian dollar. CHF for Swiss franc. CNY for Chinese yuan renminbi. INR for Indian rupee. BRL for Brazilian real. RUB for Russian ruble. MXN for Mexican peso. ZR for South African rand. KRW for South Korean won. IDR for Indonesian rupiah. TRY for Turkish lira. ARS for Argentine peso. SAR for Saudi riyal. But trade doesn't stop at borders. Nations import and export goods, services, capital, and technology every day. No country can produce all it needs or consume all it produces. For example, India imports crude oil because it doesn't produce enough to meet domestic demand. Germany exports high-end machinery to countries like China and India. The US may outsource software services to Indian companies. This flow of goods and services across countries creates a dependency and an opportunity. Trade creates the need for currency conversion. Here's a real-world example. An Indian importer wants to buy electronic components from a Japanese supplier. The Japanese exporter wants to be paid in Japanese yen, but the Indian company has Indian rupees. This mismatch in currency creates the need for foreign exchange, a system to convert INR into JPY. Forex is equal to the system for currency conversion and value exchange. Foreign exchange, or Forex, is the mechanism that makes international transactions possible. It allows tourists to spend money abroad, exporters to receive payment in foreign currency, investors to buy assets across borders, central banks to manage exchange rate stability. Forex is what enables one currency to be exchanged for another, so international trade and finance can function smoothly. So remember, Forex exists because trade goes beyond borders, but currencies don't. In the next slide, we'll look at some real-life examples where foreign exchange is used in everyday scenarios.